Well, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Report. My name is William Lawson. I trust that everybody is well today on this beautiful, what's this, Monday morning. Sorry if you were looking for this earlier and didn't see it. It's a little late today. I am experiencing some foot pain, some really bad inflammation in my left foot, and I'm going to do a video about medicine and how doctors work and don't work and how systems don't work, and what I think needs to change as an older person, not in this video but in some others coming up, so you might want to check those out. Something I thought was just super fun this weekend, that the NAACP has issued a travel warning for Black people from Florida, although one of the chair of the NAACP actually lives in Florida. Actually lives in Tampa, actually. But there's a travel warning here. From the Washington Post: joining a national wave of conservative attacks on programs that promote diversity in higher education, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law Monday to defund such efforts at the state's public colleges and limit how race can be discussed in many courses. Critics of the law worry it's trampling on academic freedom and could hurt efforts that they say are critical to serving increasingly diverse student populations. But DeSantis and other opponents of diversity, equity, and inclusion program, they reinforce racial divisions and promote liberal orthodoxy. Now, here, whatever you focus on, that's what you're teaching. If you say that race is a big deal, and because that's all you talk about, race becomes a big deal. The governor has decided that we are not going to put people in little groups, little boxes anymore. That at the university level, everybody's going to be a person, everybody's going to be an individual, and they should be dealt with as an individual, not as a member of a group. Not as a trans person or a gay person or a Black person or a bi person because when you do that, you by doing this, you automatically divide people up. You automatically do. And it's funny that this is like getting rid of these diversity, equity and inclusion officers that are friggin' everywhere. Like, this is even controversial. If you say you believe that people are people are all equal, should all have equal opportunity. If you are a proponent of that, then dividing them up in groups and keeping them divided in groups and saying it's because of diversity. You only get diversity when people are in groups. You only get the melting pot when people are allowed to meld. Otherwise, you have a salad. You can mix up that salad as much as you want, but the tomatoes don't become a part of the lettuce, and the cucumbers don't become part of the tomatoes. And they're really easy to sort out back in little groups. If you want a melting pot, then that cheese and those tomatoes become one texture, one flavor. There's no equity, there's equality. The onions become a flavor that is throughout, naturally. The cucumbers become a flavor that's throughout in a soup where you're melting things together. So the governor says, look, if you actually look at the way that it's actually been implemented across the state and across the country, DEI is better viewed as a standing for discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination. DeSantis said at a news conference at New College of Florida in Sarasota, that has no place for our public institution. The bill says the whole experiment with DEI is coming to an end in the state of Florida. what the left will say is, well, this is, and this is what I guess that, I don't know, it's weird that the NAACP is saying that this is somehow a dangerous situation in Florida, a dangerous situation. So Black people shouldn't travel, or people of color shouldn't travel to Florida. Do you see how that's overstepping, I don't know, reality? Because the government has decided that he wants all the people who come to a Florida university to be treated like people, individuals, not just people, but individuals, and not as an individual who's part of a group. I'm not sure why that's so difficult for you. My guess is it's not difficult. My guess is that some people are stuck in that place. They can't get out because they're afraid to. I am not stuck in that place. When I went to Florida State, I was an individual. I didn't associate with a particular group other than musicians, people who wanted to be music educators, saxophonists. We didn't get any special anything. You were a saxophonist. It's funny. I was just in the car. I was listening to Stacy on the Right. And the shame is that if these were still available, Stacy on the Right was on the Willie Lawson show years ago. I gotta tell her, wow, she was on it. Her monologue tonight was absolutely on point. But she mentions that this culture war that some of you think has just started with Barack Obama, so some of it started in the 70s, but some of it started in the 20s. And Republicans, people on the right, have been unwilling to fight in this culture war for a long time. So now it's finally getting to your kitchen table, and now you're wondering what is going on. So Florida's new law joins legislation in 19 other states where lawmakers have targeted diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, including a tracking project in the Chronicle of Higher Education. So is it just Florida that got the travel ban? No, of course not, because DeSantis, who's expected to launch a bid for the White House, has made culture war issues a major factor or a major focus as governor, and probably will continue that into his presidential campaign. That's why. Under the new law, Florida's public colleges are prohibited from spending state or federal money on DEI efforts. These programs often assist colleges in increasing students and faculty diversity, which can apply to race and ethnicity. Now, let's stop. What's more important? And we have to really ask this question. What is more important? Equality or diversity? Because if there is quality, especially at the high school level, which we should work on, diversity will take care of itself. If indeed the people who are at the college level, people who are at the university level, aren't flipping racists. If they're not flipping racist, then diversity should take care of itself. You think, right? It comes to race and ethnicity, as well as sexual orientation, religion, and socioeconomic status. So are there not enough Christians at the University of Florida? Do you hear of a big DEI program trying to bring more Christians, more Bible-believing Christians into the University of Florida? Do you? Straight, male, white Christians? No, you don't. Because this is not about that. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled. Now, these people are going to scream and yell like this is, again, we're back to Jim Crow 2.0. It is not. And you know what? They know it's not too. So when your friends start saying stupid stuff like that, they know it isn't. They know it's not. It's a political stand from the NAACP. And like most of them, it doesn't have a leg to stand on. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report, a production of fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com, and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.